San Francisco, California. The Golden Dragon Restaurant. November 8th, 1967. 9:47 p.m. There were 23 people inside that restaurant that night. 23 witnesses to something no camera ever captured. No photographs, no police report, no official record. It lasted just 11 seconds. But those 11 seconds would be talked about in martial arts circles for decades, picked apart, argued over. Some say it's a legend. Others swear it happened exactly this way. Here's what no one argues about. A 250-pound professional wrestler walked into the Golden Dragon looking for trouble. And in booth number 7, quietly eating chow mein with chopsticks, sat a 27-year-old Bruce Lee. What happened next changed how everyone in that room understood real fighting. For 55 years, people have shared this story in low voices. This is what they say happened. Earlier that evening. It's around 9:30 p.m. The dinner crowd is steady, but not overwhelming. The air smells of garlic, ginger, and soy sauce. Woks hiss in the kitchen. Steam drifts up from bamboo baskets. A radio behind the counter softly plays Chinese opera. There are 23 people spread across 12 tables. Families finishing their meals. A couple on a quiet date. 3 elderly men in the corner playing mahjong. Waiters weaving between tables with teapots and trays. In booth 7, toward the back, away from the windows, sits a small, focused young man wearing a dark blue tracksuit. Bruce Lee. He's 5'7", about 135 pounds, slim, calm, eating alone. His chopsticks move with perfect control from bowl to mouth. A pot of jasmine tea sits beside him. Next to the tea is an open notebook. Between bites, he writes. Notes about movement, about timing, about his growing ideas on what fighting should really be. No one in the restaurant pays much attention to him. He's not famous yet. Yes, he taught martial arts in Oakland and Los Angeles. Yes, he played Kato on the Green Hornet, but that show had already been canceled earlier in 1967, after just 1 season. To the people in that room, he's just another martial arts instructor, just another young Chinese man having dinner in Chinatown. Then the door swings open. Cold November air rushes inside, and everything changes. The wrestler arrives. The man who walks in is impossible to ignore. 6 feet 4 inches, about 250 pounds, not overweight, solid muscle. The kind built from years in professional wrestling. His shoulders nearly fill the doorway. His neck is as thick as most men's thighs. He's wearing jeans, a leather jacket, and cowboy boots that make him look even taller. His name on the wrestling circuit is Raymond the Boulder Sullivan. Not his birth name, but one he chose because it sounded stronger, harder, more intimidating. And tonight, he didn't come for dinner. He came looking for a fight. He chose the name Raymond the Boulder Sullivan because it sounded stronger, easier to sell to a crowd, more intimidating on a poster. Raymond is 25 years old and has been wrestling professionally for 9 years. He works the California circuit, small venues, county fairs, American Legion halls, not the bright lights of Madison Square Garden, not national fame, but enough to make a steady living. He's known for 2 things, his size and the fact that he's genuinely tough. In 1967, most professional wrestling matches are planned in advance. The winners and losers are decided behind the curtain. But the athletes are still real fighters. They train hard. They take real hits. And Raymond is tougher than most. Before wrestling, he played college football. Before that, he boxed as an amateur. He knows how to fight for real. And tonight, he's drunk. Not stumbling, not slurring, functional drunk.
the dangerous kind. The kind where confidence turns into arrogance, where your voice gets louder, where your judgment fades. He's been drinking since 6 p.m. at a bar 3 blocks away, double shots of Jim Beam, one after another. His wrestling buddies left an hour ago and told him to call it a night. He didn't.
Instead, he wandered into Chinatown, looking for food, looking for trouble, looking to prove something. The target. Raymond steps inside the Golden Dragon and lets his eyes adjust to the lighting. He sees the families, the elderly men playing mahjong, the couple on their date. Then he spots booth 7, the small Chinese man sitting alone. Something clicks in his alcohol-clouded mind. Maybe it's the calm way the man holds himself. Maybe it's random. Maybe it's ugly prejudice, the casual kind that was even more common in 1967 than it is today. Whatever the reason, Raymond heads straight toward that booth. His cowboy boots hit the floor hard with every step. The room begins to quiet down. People notice a large white man moving with purpose through a Chinatown restaurant. It feels wrong, out of place. Bruce Lee doesn't look up. Chopsticks move from bowl to mouth, smooth, precise, peaceful. Raymond stops at the booth. He stands there, towering over him, blocking the light. Bruce takes another bite, still doesn't look up. Then Raymond speaks. "Hey, you." His voice is loud. It carries across the room. Bruce gently places his chopsticks across the top of his bowl, perfectly parallel. Then he looks up. His face is calm. No anger, no fear, just awareness. "You do kung fu?" Raymond asked. It doesn't sound like a question, more like a challenge. Bruce studies him. The size, the stance, the smell of whiskey, the tension in his shoulders. "I practice martial arts," Bruce replied softly. His voice is quiet but steady. The accent is there, but his words are clear. Raymond lets out a loud laugh that echoes across the restaurant. "Martial arts, kung fu, all that choppy Bruce Lee stuff." He squints. "Wait, are you actually Bruce Lee?" One of his drinking buddies had mentioned something earlier, some Chinese guy on TV who did karate or kung fu on the Green Hornet. Said the guy was supposed to be tough. Raymond didn't buy it, thought it was movie magic, camera tricks, stuntmen. Bruce doesn't answer right away. He simply watches him, waiting. "I'll take that as a yes. You're that TV kung fu guy, Kato, right?" "I played that role," Bruce answered calmly. Raymond leans his weight against the booth. The wooden frame creaks under the pressure of his size. "Let me tell you something, Bruce Lee," he says, voice rising. "TV kung fu and real fighting are 2 different things." Now the restaurant is silent. All 23 people are watching. No one moves. Some people pretend not to look. Others stare openly. Raymond keeps going. "I'm a professional wrestler," he says loudly. "I fight for a living. Real fights, not camera tricks, not fake punches. Real." Bruce calmly lifts his teacup, takes a slow sip, and sets it back down. "Professional wrestling is entertainment," he says evenly. "The outcomes are scripted." He doesn't sound rude, just matter-of-fact. But Raymond's face tightens. "You callin' me fake?" "I'm saying the results are predetermined. That is common knowledge." Now Raymond's jaw locks. The mix of alcohol and pride is starting to boil. "Maybe the endings are planned," Raymond snapped, "but the strength is real. The hits are real. And I promise you, little man, I could snap you in half before you land one of those fast little kung fu moves." Bruce doesn't flinch. No anger, no ego, no show. Raymond looks him up and down. "You weigh what, 130 pounds? I'm 250.
That's 120 pounds more than you. You're too small. That stuff only works in the movies. An older waiter, around 60, steps forward nervously. Sir, please, no trouble. This is a restaurant. Raymond doesn't even look at him. His eyes stay locked on Bruce. I'm not disrespecting you, Raymond says, though everything about his tone says otherwise. I'm just telling the truth. Real fighting is about size and strength, always has been. That's why boxing has weight classes. Big guys win. Bruce answers calmly. Size and strength matter, yes, but they are not the only things that matter. Yes, they are. You truly believe that? Bruce asked. I don't believe it. I know it, Raymond said firmly. I've been in real fights, street fights, back alley brawls. I've fought big men, tough men. Size wins. Bruce nods slowly, as if thinking it over. Have you ever fought someone trained in efficient movement? Raymond laughed. Efficient movement? You mean dancing around, spinning kicks, movie nonsense? I mean economy of motion, direct action, using your opponent's force and momentum against him. That's theory, philosophy. When a 250-pound man grabs you, philosophy doesn't help, strength helps. Bruce gently folds his napkin and places it on the table. Then he slides out of the booth and stands up. The difference in size is dramatic. Bruce, 5'7", lean. Raymond, 6'4", thick, powerful. Side by side, Bruce looks almost small enough to be mistaken for a teenager. The tension in the restaurant spikes. The three elderly men stop their mahjong game. The couple on their date exchange worried looks. One waiter slips into the kitchen, likely to get the owner. Bruce looks up at Raymond, still completely calm. You truly believe size alone determines the outcome? I know it. Then you should have no problem demonstrating that, Bruce says. Raymond's eyes narrow. You challenging me? I'm offering you a chance to prove your argument. You say size decides the result. I say technique and efficiency can overcome size. One of us is correct. Raymond scoffs. You want to fight? In a restaurant? Not fight, demonstrate. You try to grab me, hold me, use your size and strength. I will show you the limitations of that approach. Just then, the restaurant owner rushes out from the kitchen. Mr. Chen, 55 years old. He's owned the Golden Dragon for 20 years. The moment he sees the two men standing face to face, he understands the situation. No fighting in my restaurant. You fight, I call police. Bruce turns to him and speaks quickly in Cantonese, calm, respectful, explaining. Mr. Chen listens carefully.
Mr. Chen listens carefully, but doesn't look convinced. He answers Bruce in Cantonese, clearly worried. They go back and forth for a few seconds. Bruce gestures toward an open area near the back of the restaurant, a small space between the last booth and the wall. He explains it will only be a quick demonstration. No damage, no chaos. Mr. Chen studies both men. He sees a 250-pound drunk wrestler. He sees a calm, polite young martial arts instructor. He sees 23 nervous customers. A real fight would scare everyone. It could break furniture. It could bring the police. But Bruce is speaking respectfully, promising control, promising speed. And truthfully, Mr. Chen is curious. He's heard of Bruce Lee, knows he teaches, wonders if this smaller man can really handle someone this big. Finally, he sighs. He points to the open space near the kitchen entrance, maybe 12 feet by 8 feet. Over there, he says. Quick, no break anything, please. Raymond grins. This is really happening. You sure about this, little man? He says. I don't want to hurt you. Bruce is already walking toward the cleared area. Your concern is noted, he replies calmly. The makeshift arena. It's 9:47 p.m. All 23 people shift their chairs. No one leaves. Everyone wants to see what happens. Families pull their children back. The elderly men completely abandon their mahjong game and reposition for a better view. The couple on their date slide their table aside. This is the most excitement the Golden Dragon has seen in years. Bruce stands in the open space, relaxed, arms loose at his sides, breathing steady, still wearing his dark blue tracksuit and soft-soled shoes. No stretching, no shadow boxing, no dramatic fighting pose. He looks like a man waiting for a bus. Raymond removes his leather jacket and hands it to a waiter, who takes it reluctantly. He rolls his shoulders and cracks his neck, the kind of ritual meant to intimidate. In just his t-shirt, his size is even more obvious. Thick arms, wide chest, huge hands that curl into fists like small hammers. He's fought in bars, parking lots, and wrestling rings. His method is simple. Grab, squeeze, throw, pin. Strength wins. Mr. Chen raises his voice from behind the counter. Demonstration only. No punch face. No break furniture. Somebody hurt, we stop. Understand? Both men nod. Raymond lowers his stance slightly, hands out, ready to shoot in for a takedown or clinch. That's his strength. Close the distance, control the body, end it fast. Bruce still hasn't changed posture. He just stands there, loose, alert. Raymond frowns. You gonna put your hands up? Get ready. I am ready. You don't look ready. You look like you're waiting in line somewhere. Readiness, Bruce says calmly, is not about posture. It is about awareness. Raymond shakes his head. Whatever, man, your funeral. One of the elderly Chinese men calls out something in Cantonese. Bruce glances over and nods slightly. The old man told him to be careful. Bruce appreciates it. Raymond looks back at him. So how does this work? I just grab you? Yes, use your strength, restrain me. Show everyone that your size makes me helpless. That is your belief, correct? Yes, Raymond says firmly. That's what I know. Then demonstrate. The first attempt. Raymond doesn't hesitate. He explodes forward. For a big man, he's fast. Years of football and wrestling have trained him well. He shoots in for a clinch, arms reaching for Bruce's torso. The restaurant holds its breath. Raymond's hands close on nothing. Bruce isn't there. He didn't leap away, didn't dive dramatically. He simply shifted. A subtle change in angle, a small transfer of weight, almost invisible, but enough. Raymond's forward momentum carries him into empty space. He stumbles a step, then resets. This time he moves more carefully. No wild charge. He walks forward, hands out, trying to trap Bruce against the wall, use the tight space to corner him. Bruce glides along the wall, smooth, efficient, each step precise. Raymond presses harder, cutting angles, shrinking the space. Then he commits. He lunges with both arms. And once again, Bruce is not where Raymond expects him to be. But this time, he hasn't moved away. He's moved closer, inside the reach. Raymond's arms extend past him. In that half second of overextension, that moment of imbalance, Bruce makes contact. Not a shove, not a strike, just a light, precise touch at the wrist and elbow. That's it. Suddenly, all 250 pounds of Raymond Sullivan begin to turn. His body rotates before his brain catches up. His feet scramble to follow. His balance is gone. Bruce doesn't force it. He guides it, using Raymond's forward momentum, adding a slight angle. Raymond spins 180 degrees. Now he's facing away from Bruce. The entire restaurant gasps. Raymond stumbles forward 2 steps, catches himself, then turns around. His face is red, not just from alcohol now, but shock. That wasn't supposed to happen. What the hell was that? Bruce resumes his relaxed posture. Redirection, he says calmly. Your force, your momentum. I simply gave it direction. You got lucky. I wasn't ready. You moved with full commitment. You were ready. Raymond is breathing harder now, not from exhaustion, but frustration. He's a professional athlete. He understands physical dominance, and what just happened doesn't fit his worldview. Big men control small men. That's how it works. That's the rule. Again, Raymond says. You're certain? Bruce asks. This time, Raymond mutters, I'm changing it. Now he stays compact. No reaching, no overextending. He lowers his base. He's going to close the distance properly. No mistakes. And this time, he's serious. Raymond thinks he's finally got it. If he can get his hands on Bruce, it's over. He'll bear hug him, lift him, show everyone that raw strength beats technique. That's his plan. This time, he moves slowly, controlled, hands up, protecting his center line. He won't give Bruce anything to redirect. He's going to make contact, lock in a clinch, and dominate. 3 feet between them, 2 feet. His massive hands shoot out for Bruce's shoulders and upper arms. This is the beginning, the bear hug that will lift Bruce off the ground like a child. But then, contact. Just a tenth of a second. Bruce doesn't resist. He drops. Not falls, drops. His stance lowers, and as he sinks, his arms slide inside Raymond's grip. They follow the pressure, meeting Raymond's wrists with precise forearm contact. Raymond's grip breaks. The clinch evaporates. Bruce is inside Raymond's guard, close, closer than Raymond wanted anyone to be. His right hand lightly touches Raymond's solar plexus. No push, no strike, just a fingertip touch. This is a target, Bruce says quietly. Push here with force, and your diaphragm contracts. You cannot breathe. The fight ends. His left hand touches Raymond's Adam's apple. Here, 3 pounds of pressure. Trachea collapses. You cannot breathe. Fight over. His right hand shifts to the floating rib. Here, 12 pounds at the right angle. Rib breaks, punctures lung. Fight over. Raymond freezes. He's never felt more exposed in his life. A man half his size is inside his defenses, touching him with calm, precise intent, narrating his own death like a librarian reading overdue book titles. Bruce continues. Notice the pattern. Size gives strength. Strength needs structure. Break the structure. Size becomes irrelevant. He steps back, hands neutral. Raymond stands, breathing hard, not from exhaustion, but from what just happened. He grabbed Bruce 3 times. Twice, nothing. The third time, his strongest move, a clinch, and Bruce dismantled it in 1 second, marking 3 critical targets. The restaurant is frozen. No one speaks. Even the kitchen sounds stop. Every eye is on the small man controlling a giant without visible force, without aggression, without impact. Raymond's pride collapses in real time. He came drunk, confident, ready to prove strength trumps everything. Instead, he looks foolish in front of 23 witnesses. And yet, beneath that wounded pride, understanding begins to stir. This isn't luck. This isn't camera tricks. This is skill. Real, undeniable skill. One more time, Raymond says. His tone changed. Less aggression, more desperation. I'll get you this time. Bruce tilts his head, reading him. Then you won't, but I'll show you why. Raymond charges. No technique, no thought, just raw aggression. Arms out, trying to grab, lift, slam, salvage something from humiliation. He's fast, fast for a big man, drunk and proud. Bruce doesn't move. He stands there, still, calm, waiting. Raymond's hands close around Bruce's torso. Victory surges. Finally, he's got him. He starts to squeeze, begins to lift, and then Bruce acts. His weight drops again, coiling his body. Right leg sweeps behind